what's been on my mind. Sick and tired of the 9 to 5 in the city life. Hey darling, we could get out of town, see the beautiful world around, wanna see it now. Pack our bags and get in that car, leave a little note and we'll drive real far. Let's get out, we can leave this city. Let's drive to the open air. Yeah, the countryside.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Farm and Pastor's Wife. I'm so glad you're here. If you're new here, my name's Leslie and I'm thrilled to have you here in my kitchen. And welcome to day 2 of the coconut pie bake-off. Actually, it's a competition between 2 different recipes to see which one Bryant likes best. Now, just because Bryant likes one best doesn't mean you wouldn't like the other one best. So let's just put that out there that we're just seeing which one Bryant likes best. But yesterday I made, if you watched yesterday's video, if you missed it, I'll leave the link down in the description below to that video so you can go check it out. You want to watch that one. It is what I call First Lady's coconut pie. It was given to me by one of my very good best friends, and her mom was the pastor's wife at our first church. When I became the pastor, she was the pastor's wife before me. So her husband was the pastor before Bryant and I went there. And so I became really good friends with their daughter. And she gave me her mom's, I think her mom called it a French silk coconut pie. But I just call it First Lady coconut pie because it came from a first lady. And so, and if those of you who don't know, sometimes in some churches, they refer to their pastor's wife as the first lady. I know that's not everywhere, but that's why I named it that. Okay, so today, one of my sweet viewers sent me 3 beautiful cookbooks, and one of them was Feeding Our Flock, and it's from Island Road Baptist Church Ladies Auxiliary. And so I love church cookbooks, and this is where this one came out. And this one is called Amazing Coconut Pie by Imogene Rogers. So this is unlike any pie I've ever seen before. We don't have a crust. And so I'm assuming it kind of makes its own crust. I need to get out my pie plate and grease it up really good. And get all my ingredients out, and I'll meet you back not right here. I'm going to kind of go that direction to where my food processor is. It calls for a blender. I don't have a blender, but I do have a food processor, so that's what we're going to use. And I'll meet you back in just a split second. So I'm going to put in the description this recipe, but let's go ahead and put it together. I do have my pie plate greased here, and we'll set it out of the way. I'm going to start with eggs, and I'm going to crack them into. I still have my container out that I had milk in earlier for a recipe, so I'm just going to use that. And we're just going to put our eggs in here. So there's a little milk residue is what I'm saying. We're going in with 4 eggs. This is such a unique and unusual recipe. I'm really excited to see how this one turns out. And to be honest, I'm excited to see which one Bryant likes best. If he likes this one, that's super great. I'll go with this one. I have a feeling he's going to like the traditional one. That's just because it's probably more like his grandma's. Okay, so we're going in with some vanilla flavoring. Go ahead and get that in and out of the way. I'm going to measure out 2 cups of milk. Oh, I put my sugar up. I need to get it out. Yes, I'm still in the same outfit as yesterday. because I'm actually filming it all on the same day. Oh goodness, this is getting a little full. Okay, let me grab the sugar. Going in with 3/4 of a cup of sugar. I think that's right. Hold on, let me check. Yes, 3/4 of a cup. So that was a half, and this is a fourth. It's getting full. I'm a little nervous. All right, and we're going in with 1/2 a cup of bacon mix, biscuit mix. And I'm just using bisquick. I have my Formula L, but I just soon save it for my biscuits. And I'm not leveling it off or anything. We're just going in. Everything's just going in this food processor. I'm really nervous. Okay, and we have 1/4 of a cup of butter. The recipe is old school because they put in margarine. You don't see margarine in a lot of recipes anymore, but that was butter. And now 1.5 cups of flaked coconut. And we're just putting everything in this. All right, let me make sure I have everything. Yep, we do. All right, so this should be proved to be interesting. All right, I'm going to hold my hand over here, and we're just I'm going to turn it on. All right, now, I just wanted to get it started, be sure we were okay. I'm going to read the instructions. It says blend for 3 minutes. Okay. I'll bring you back in just a little bit. So I made a mistake. Go figure. I put the coconut in here. We were supposed to wait and put the coconut in at the end. But that's okay. We're going with it. We were supposed to sprinkle it on top. I will do a little sprinkle of some more coconut on top. But we're leaving this in here. We're going with it. All right. I'm getting the blade out. And we'll get you guys turned down here. There's a napkin under my pie plate. That's the white thing you see. All right, so we're just going to pour this in here. Ooh! Maybe I needed a bigger pie plate. Let me see if I have a bigger pie plate. This one's not going so well. Hang tight. I couldn't find my bigger pie plate. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to scoop some of this out. All right, let's see how much more will go in here. So we're going to end up with 4 pies. That's not the way it was supposed to turn out. I'm going to take just a little bit more out of here and put in there. And then what I'm going to do, since I didn't do it right with the coconut, that's not going to make a difference on whether the recipe is good or not. We're just going to sprinkle some on top. Let me clean this off a little bit. All right, so we're going to see. So I'm just going to take some, sprinkle on top. Now, since these are thinner pies than what it probably was meant to be, I will maybe adjust the time, cook time. We'll just see where it is. I'll start checking it a little bit earlier than I normally would have. But if you had a large pie plate like you were supposed to, So what we were supposed to do, let me tell you what we were supposed to do. This just goes to show mistakes happen and you just keep on rolling. In the blender, you were supposed to put 2 cups of milk, a half a cup of bisquick, the sugar, the eggs, the butter, and the vanilla, and blend it on low for 3 minutes, and then pour into a greased pie plate. Let it stand 5 minutes, and then sprinkle with coconut. Bake at 350 for 40 minutes. So that's what we're going to do. The only mistake we made was we put the coconut in the stuff. So, and I didn't sprinkle much on top. I just did a little bit. So, all right, we're going in the 350 degree oven for 40 minutes. We'll see you in a little bit. Okay, everybody, they're out of the oven. This is the amazing coconut pie. So we are going to see how Bryant likes that, and then we'll have him taste the one from yesterday, and he can choose out of the 2 which is his preference. All right, so since the coconut pies have come out of the oven, let's talk just a minute about mistakes. You saw me make a mistake. And first I wanted to cover how not to make a mistake. One thing is always read your recipe and read it thoroughly. Read it multiple times and have it nearby. Now, in my case, I try to make things go smoothly while I'm filming, and I don't want to stop and check the recipe. I should have, but I did not. And that was my downfall because I was trying to make the video go smooth and it didn't. But that's okay. Now, so that's how you keep from making a mistake, is be sure you are following. But listen, mistakes are going to happen. I don't care how meticulous, how thorough, how slowed down you are. Mistakes are going to happen. That's just the nature of the beast. That's just we're human. We are all human. And so what I want to portray to you guys is don't get upset. Don't worry about it. Just keep going. It may turn out, and if it doesn't, what's the worst thing that can happen? Maybe you've got company coming and your recipe doesn't turn out. You know, just say, we had a flop in the kitchen, and go order pizza. It's okay. Don't get upset. Like, and any little thing. Like, I could have easily chunked everything and thought, well, let's just start over. And I could have done that. And you can do that. That's okay. If you feel better chunking it and starting over, go ahead. But there was no reason to chunk that. I just put the coconut in at the wrong time. And so you keep going. You learn from your mistakes and you keep going. Life is not perfect. Days don't turn out like they're supposed to all the time. And you've got to learn to roll with the punches. And whether it's your mistake or something from somebody else or just an external circumstance that happens, you've got to learn to roll with it and just learn from it. And who knows? It may turn out better than what it would have to begin with. So, I don't know. These may turn out really, really deliciously super good. I don't know. And we'll see in a little bit. But, so don't get upset if you make a mistake while cooking. Just about everything, well, not everything, but a lot of things can just be fixed or go on and it not cause one bit of problem. Yes, there are some things that you're going to burn something and it's not edible. You're going to scorch something and you didn't know it and you stir it up and it sits in the whole pot. Those things are going to happen. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Just pull something else out of the cabinet and keep going. And just learn next time to read the recipe. So, okay. Bryant will be here shortly, I hope. And we will do our taste test on this pie. And then we'll let him give us his opinion on which of the two he prefers. Okay, we are back with Bryant for day number 2 of the coconut pie bake-off.
All right, here we go.
The original one you had yesterday was First Lady's coconut pie.
Okay.
This one is the amazing coconut pie that does not have a crust.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No crust.
No crust. Or it kind of creates its own crust.
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't show it to him.
Oh, yeah, let's show them.
There it
The
is.
golden brown's pretty.
It was really
very
pretty.
It broiled out really good.
Mm-hmm.
Not my favorite.
It was a cool concept because I blended everything up. What would you say is the problem? The texture?
There's a texture issue. It's not quite as sweet, and I'm missing the crunch of the shell.
Okay.
It may just be my mind is on a traditional pie.
Right. That's true.
But I can tell you, even without the shell, the flavor in the one yesterday was better.
Okay. So
did this come from a viewer?
It didn't come from a viewer, but it came from a recipe book that a viewer sent me. It's not necessarily her recipe, so
I didn't want to hurt.
Didn't want to hurt anybody's feelings. I think I named the person who did the recipe though, but
it's okay. Where's that from? Island Road,
I don't know.
FWB,
In
Free Will
Tennessee.
Baptist Church,
Tennessee.
Blounteville, Tennessee. All right. Anyway, that with a cup of coffee and a glass of milk, it'd be okay. But I'd much rather have.
All right. Let me tell you a mistake I made while making it, and tell me if you think that affects your judgment any.
Okay.
I was to blend everything up minus the coconut in a blender or a food processor or whatever. And I did that, except I put the coconut in with it and blended the coconut in with it. So do you think that's affecting your thought on it at all? Because to be fair, I did make a mistake.
No.
It's the flavor.
It's a flavor.
Okay. Okay.
It's not a texture. It's a flavor.
All right. The other pie has coconut flavoring in it. This one did not call for coconut flavoring.
It's mine.
It is his pie.
Made it for me.
This was yesterday's.
It's got a custard.
It is a custard.
That one doesn't have a custard. That's the difference. I like a little bit of the custard.
So it is a texture.
No, it's flavor.
Flavor. Okay. Okay.
It's rich and creamy. That's
Okay.
not creamy.
But do you think me adding the coconut in took away from the creaminess?
No, it didn't bother it at all.
Okay. All right. Because I added the coconut in with this too. It's mixed in too. So.
And let me tell you, I've had a lot of coconut pies in search for my grandmother's recipe. And there was a lady at our first church that used to make one really close, Lisa Krieger.
That's it.
Yep. That's her recipe.
Mm-hmm.
Lisa Harris. And it's really good.
Yep.
So,
that's it. That's her recipe because it came from Miss Ledlow.
another preacher's wife.
That's why it's called the First Lady. So, okay, guys. So yesterday's pie wins. It's the First Lady's coconut pie. So there you have it. So thank you guys for joining us, mistakes and all. And remember, the grease is hot enough. You can fry anything. And I will see you guys back on Thursday. And I hope you have a great, great day and a day tomorrow. And remember, again, if the grease is hot enough, you can fry anything. Bye, y'all.